G'day, this video is about how to cast out fear with love, and you can also cast out a bunch of other things. Love's good for covering sin and for casting darkness out in general. So I'll just start from the top here. Love is a wrecking ball to the kingdom of darkness. It's more or less our most powerful weapon, and we've been told how to steer our life and how to steer our situation around here by James. He's likened our tongue among our body to being as powerful as influential as the rudder is to a ship, but we'll get down to that soon. So fear is often the root cause of bitterness, pride, anger, and a host of other things. There's no place for those dark energies where love is declared. So if you've got some of that stuff hanging around, and it's inevitable that you'll come into situations where those things take a bit of a hold, just remember that they can't be where love is declared. So if you want to get rid of them, you just declare love. We read in 1 John chapter 4 verse 18, there is no fear in love. So that's a good thing. If you bring some love in, well, you know there's no fear in there. But not only is there no fear in love, perfect love casts out fear. So you can get rid of fear and a bunch of other things with love. We read in 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 8, and above all things have fervent love for one another, for love will cover a multitude of sins. Now, whether you believe Christians can have demons or not is irrelevant. The fact is that people can get in bad moods. They can have bitterness and things like that. Whatever you think that is, my personal understanding is that it's a spirit and it can more or less attach itself or be inside of a Christian if they sin by agreeing with thoughts of bitterness. To get those things away, you need to first cover your sin with repentance. So the way I'm taking this verse in 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 8 here, it's saying that declaring love is a kind of repentance that covers many kinds of sins. So if you want to get those energies away, you will need repentance, and love, declaring love, is one way of fulfilling that need for repentance. So how do we apply this wrecking ball to the kingdom of darkness, which is love? With our most powerful member, the tongue. James wrote, look also at ships. Although they are so large and are driven by fierce winds, they are turned by a very small rudder wherever the pilot desires. Even so, the tongue is a little member and boasts great things. When we declare love for those who hate us or for those who have wronged us, we make it impossible for demons to manipulate the situation. Our strongest and most brutal weapon of destruction against the kingdom of darkness, the one which wipes out all of their chance of success, is love. The devil cannot scheme or manipulate around it. There is no counter-attack against love. Love is undefeated and can never be defeated. The Apostle Paul wrote, do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. So look, we all have a tongue, and we need to use it to bring peace and not strife, and we're commanded to do that. So whatever you need a solution for, consider just thinking of whatever it is and say, I love that thing. I personally am not aware of any other way to get rid of fear. So the Bible is telling us how to get rid of fear. If you have not forgiven everyone that has wronged you, you are in sin, according to Jesus' teachings. The Lord commanded that we forgive all people for all trespasses. One way to do this is by declaring love. The easiest way to love is to declare it verbally. Think of the person that has wronged you, or the person that you have not been able to forgive, and say, I love that person. If you did that, you just enabled God to forgive you and brought peace to yourself and others, because you've covered the sin. And when you cover the sin, the demons no longer have a right to be there. So if you're having trouble on your walk as a Christian, or if you're a non-Christian, consider just integrating love into your bag of tricks as a solution to any hard situations. Because like the Apostle James wrote, just choosing to do that with your tongue, or even if you just kind of say it to yourself under your breath or just in your mind, that can be enough to really change the course of a situation. Like hatred and bitterness and pride and fear, those things can ruin a person's life. They rule a person's life. Those things are masters. They're not servants. They control people. And people do things to serve their anger, to serve their pride, to serve their bitterness. These things cost people money and time and energy and peace. So if you want to apply a wrecking ball to those things, just declare love.